Hey guys, how's it? Welcome back to another video. Start off by saying what I always say. Thank you guys for all the support, comments, subscriptions, yada yada yada. All of it. I appreciate every single bit of it from the bottom of my heart. And just slowly, hopefully inching that way towards the 1,000 subscriber mark, and we can go live and we can have a live conversation. I'll get up early hours of the night. We can have a live conversation on here. It'd be great. We look forward to it with a lot of you guys. But as you can see by the title of this video, we've got the lineup for the Wallabies. I'm not going to go super direct into it, but we'll talk about some of the keynotes, mismatches, that kind of thing. But first off, it's story time with dear old Keith. I'm going to remove the mask because I'm in the car. And we're going to tell you a little story here. And it does tie in to what we're going to discuss with this team. But back about 15, 16 years ago, I was living in a little small town in Oklahoma called Stillwater, Oklahoma, home of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Go Pokes. And this was a very small town, smallest town I ever lived in my life at the time. And I had met my best friend in the world in that town. That was my best friend, Jordan. And Jordan had a classmate named Jeff. Me and Jeff actually shared the same birthday. These guys were a couple of years younger than me. I was already somewhat an adult. They were just fresh out of school. And we used to get together and hang out. We worked at a pizza shop together and whatnot. And we would get together and watch really bad, good movies. You know, typical stuff that testosterone-filled young men would watch. Stuff like, you know, a lot of the Terminator and Predator and, you know, all the action films, the big action films from the 80s and 90s. And we had a particular affinity for a classic Arnold Schwarzenegger film from the 1980s called Commando. In the film, he plays a ex-special forces guy like he did in so many movies at that time in his career. His daughter is kidnapped by a former guy that was in his unit in the military and deposed Central American dictator that he had helped overthrow. Those guys kidnap his daughter. It's an action film, guns, knife fights, shooting, car chases. I mean, just all of it. One-liners, Arnold. This was at his peak ability back there in the late 80s, mid to late 80s, early 90s. And the bad guy, not the Central American dictator, but the guy that had been in each unit, was played by an Aussie actor by the name, I believe, of Vernon Wells, I think is what his name was, Vernon Wells. But it's just comic relief because, you know, you got Arnold and he's all buffed up, and you've got this, like, pot-bellied Aussie with a handlebar mustache playing the bad guy fight. It's not a very believable fight. But I digress. Every time this film would come on locally, I would call Jeff or Jordan, predominantly Jeff, and I didn't even tell him, like, oh, hey, turn on this channel, such and such is on. No, I would just call him and say, you know, Bennett, who was the bad guy in the film against Arnold, I would call Jeff and be just like, man, looks like Bennett's up to his old tricks again. And he knew that that was the signal to turn on the telly, because the movie was on and you had to sit down and watch it, even though we both watched it, you know, probably 300 or 400 times. It was just one of those films that we always had to watch because it was just that bad. It was good. And I don't talk to those guys as much as I used to. Jeff now has a kid, much like I do. Jordan is living in another state, and, you know, they're my best, you know, Jordan's my best mate. But, you know, you grow up and things happen and life happens and you kind of move on your way. So the reason I even tell this story is as I'm perusing social media a bit last night, I get the Wallabies lineup. And it looks like Rennie's up to his old tricks again. So, a prediction I'd already made, I knew Nick White was going to be starting at 9. Of course, we've got Quade Santini Cooper, who's, you know, riding on a cloud unseen, and sometime starting at 10. If you followed him on social media, that guy is just walking on sunshine right now, because he's back, and he's like, I'm back, and I'm ready. And just looking at this lineup, man, this is going to be a tough game. I know a lot of Springbok supporters are like, hey, no, we've got this. We'll win this one with ease. You know, we made a lot of discipline mistakes in the last game. And, man, I'm not going to be so confident this time. But I do know this, if I did live south of the equator, this would be the week where I sleep in a jersey, I wear a jersey every single day, and I attach a flag to my vehicle. Like, I would just be like, the boys need our support this weekend. They need to feel it all around the world and know that there are all of us that are backing them to win this match this weekend. Yeah, not a couple of changes on theirs, obviously, with Nick White starting at 9, but you still have got the same. You got Kellaway, you've got Tom Banks, you've got, yeah, Karevi's monster body. That guy is like a dang bulldozer, man. Like, I saw him, he bowls people over when he runs through them. And I mean, like, I get that that's what a center is supposed to do, but like, I don't know, there's something extra big about that boy. I don't know what they're feeding them out there in the Pacific Islands. It must be, you know, a good heart and clean living is what it is. But, yeah, Michael Hooper, the captain again, obviously, you know, he's the best. I would argue to say that Michael Hooper is the best Wallaby there is right now. Guy's very, very dependable as a forward. At number 7, Tupou, Fainga, Slipper are your front 3. Rhoda and Phillip are your locks. I think that's the same combo from last weekend. It looks like he made minimal changes to this, but he's still up to his old tricks. Obviously, we didn't make a whole lot of changes to our roster. And, you know, I'm getting a lot of you guys commenting, say, hey, chill out, man. That was a fluke. We had bad discipline. That's why we lost the game. And Pollard is, you know, still solid. But then I'm getting the opposite of the coin, saying he's such a one-dimensional player. Why are we not playing Johannes Hussein, which... found a video of that guy making a 70-meter kick, man. Jeez, I mean, granted, it was school rugby, but 70 meters, man. Like, who kicks that far through an upright? Like, nobody does that. Like, even in America, in the NFL, I think the record's like 63 yards for a, you know, a field goal or something like that. But Jesus, man, like, man, that guy's got a boot on him, man. And I mean, you know, people kind of went and looked at the background. He got injured, kind of fell out of favor with the team and whatnot. But I got a lot of people saying, hey, man, just chill out. Pollard's the right choice. He just had a bad day. And I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because we're all allowed to have them. Unless you're a doctor, and people die when you have a bad day doing that. But you get what I'm saying. I think the team really needs our support this week, guys. I'm going to be definitely extra Springbok fanny this, you know, big fan this weekend. Be extra on that one. I'm going to be rocking everything with pride. I might even put a little bit of face, you know, like something on my face, or maybe add something extra to the car for the weekend to show our boys some support all the way here from Denton, Texas. But like I said, 2 o'clock kickoff time for us here Saturday. And I still have yet to decide whether I'm going to go to sleep early or if I'm just going to stay up late and watch it. Like I said, that remains to be seen from this point. But yeah, I just wanted to make the video more than anything, just to kind of mention like that. Yeah, Nick White and Quade Santini Cooper. That's a proper 9-10 right there. That's a good combo right there in my opinion. But we shall see how the weekend goes. Looks like wholesale changes for the All Blacks versus Pumas, but we all kind of saw that coming after what happened last weekend. Tupou is getting the start. He's really good at Super Rugby level. He's always just kind of been a bit underwhelming at the international test level. But I digress. I hope everybody is having a great week so far. One more day. I got today's Thursday. It'll be one more day for you guys tomorrow, and you will have the weekend. And I hope everyone is safe and happy. And I will talk to you guys again all very soon. Next time, I will have the Springbok jersey on, and we'll be discussing some more rugby. But once again, cheers and thanks, guys. I will talk to you all again soon.